Don't look under the bed, whatever you do. People say schools are safest during the holidays, when students are gone and the noise finally stops, but that's a lie, because when the noise stops, that's when they wake up. Tonight, I'm telling a true story sent to me by a subscriber from Perak, something that happened during a semester break and nearly ended as a funeral. Put your headphones on, turn off the lights, and ask yourself one thing before we continue. Are you really alone right now? It was mid-semester break, QT Sem, and Asrama Block B was almost completely empty. Normally, the hostel is loud and chaotic, filled with laughter, arguments, and the smell of instant noodles, but that week it felt hollow, like the building itself was waiting. Everyone had gone back to their hometowns except me because I had extra classes. At first I thought I was lucky to have peace and quiet, no roommates snoring or stealing slippers. But that silence started to feel heavy the longer the night dragged on. My room was 304 on the 3rd floor, and the air conditioner was broken, so the windows were open. The room smelled of damp concrete and humid air, the kind that sticks to your skin and makes sleep uncomfortable. I slept on the bottom bunk of a double-decker bed, listening to the ceiling fan clicking and spinning above me. It was around 2 a.m. when I started drifting off, the building so quiet that even my own breathing sounded too loud. That was when I heard it. A sound every Malaysian student recognizes instantly. A sharp tick echoed above me, followed by another, then the slow rolling sound of marbles moving across a hard surface. At first I was annoyed and assumed someone upstairs was messing around, even though it was late. I checked my phone and saw the time was 2:03 a.m. and I sat up, ready to knock the ceiling with a broom. Then the memory hit me all at once. I was on the 3rd floor, and Block B only had 3 levels. There was no room above mine, only the old zinc roof that no one was allowed to access. The marble sound stopped, and the silence that followed felt thicker than before. A moment later, the sound returned, but it wasn't marbles anymore. It was something being dragged slowly, like a heavy wet sack scraping across metal. I pulled the blanket over my head and told myself it was an animal, maybe a cat or a musang on the roof. I tried to calm my breathing, convincing myself there was a logical explanation. Then I heard a soft giggle, high-pitched and quiet, and this time it didn't come from above the ceiling. It came from the top bunk, right above my head. The empty mattress creaked as if someone had just sat down, and I felt the weight shift slowly. The bed sagged and warm breath brushed against my ear through the blanket. A voice whispered my name in a familiar tone, sounding exactly like my roommate Azman, asking softly, "Tak tidur ke?" Even though I knew he was back in Johor, I froze completely, unable to scream or move, until panic finally took over. I kicked the blanket away, bolted out of the room, and ran barefoot down the dark hallway without looking back. I didn't stop running until I reached the guard post at the main gate, where the pack guard saw my face and waved me inside without asking a single question. I stayed there until sunrise, shaking and exhausted. I never slept in room 304 again, and after that semester I avoided the hostel whenever I could. No one ever reported anything strange, and the school never investigated. But even now, years later, when the house is quiet and the night feels too still, I sometimes hear it again. The soft tick, the rolling sound, and the giggle that follows. If you're listening to this alone tonight, Maybe you should check your ceiling. Just don't look under the bed.